I was created for love. I'm not a product of love. I wanted more from it. I keep my head in the clouds. Sunlight is keeping me down, down, down. Foolishness, that's what they say. Love an impossible trade. I see the brighter days full on ahead of me, babe. Please lead the way for me, babe, babe, babe. What's the price if I lose you? I'll probably never get over it. I fought the good fight, took my whole life just to end up with a counterfeit. Fake love, we don't got it.
Welcome back. Very special episode today. We have episode 50 right now of Andrewcast. It's pretty wild. I didn't think I'd make 50 episodes, but I didn't. We did as a team. Sheldon, Ryan, and I, and every one of you who came on and helped. You lended us your time and your talent. I didn't pay you. You sat in my parents' basement for 2 to 3 hours, and I'm appreciative of that. Always eternally appreciative of that. Today I have with me a very special guest, somebody I've known for a long time who is an artist, a creator, and someone who's making music and just a visionary in her own right. I have Lynda on.
Yo, what's good?
Right now across from me.
What's good?
And first off, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
No, of course. I'm very eager to pick your brain about what's going on, what you have planned, and what's been inspiring you as of late. And I guess we can compare and contrast that. But you're working on something right now which is coming to conclusion. You hired camera people, you hired production people, and you not only recorded a song, but you shot a music video for it.
Right.
What was the inspiration for you to start all this? How long? I know you've been in the rap game. You've been rapping. How long has it been since you wanted to do something like this? Like, when can you pinpoint an age where you were like, I want to make a song, I want to record?
I think I was 12.
Okay.
That was the first time, and I remember it was purely started off from a joke. It was just like a beat was going, and somebody was like, "Yo, rap to it," and I was like, okay, because
where was this? Was that a friend's house?
This was in a van ride back from Fine Arts.
Oh,
Straight
okay.
up.
Yeah.
That's straight up what it was. And I just remember like Lecrae was just getting real hot, like, Tripley, all of the Christian rappers, and I was just like, yo, like I want to be like Lecrae. And I just started to flow, and it was really crazy. I remember like portion of it, but it was like that rap I did. It was like, it's like heaven and earth, it's like heaven and earth. It was real corny, but like that's how it started. And ever since then, I was like, I just want to do music in any capacity.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, it's had its ups and downs. I did stuff, and then I just kind of stopped, like cold turkey. And this past year is when I just brought it back up again.
Right. And what do you think has been a key component in the resurgence of you being interested in making stuff?
A push from friends.
Yeah.
Honestly, and just rediscovering myself. Like, I feel like the last 2 years, I've just gone through, like, a lot of changes. I lost all my friends. I lost people that, like, I trusted. And just, like, kind of started from scratch. And I don't know. I just met people through my church and just through, like, different walks of life in the city. And I remember New Year's Eve this past year, 2018, my friends were like, you should make music, because I had this like song written like on my notepad, and they were like, oh, that's really good. Like, that was Honey, my song that's out. And they were like, yo, you need to make this a song this year. And I said, okay. So I planned a trip to go to Ireland with my grandmom to visit my cousins. And I called my friend Melvin, and I was like, yo, I'm trying to record a track. So he was like, yeah. So I came back from Ireland after like 2 weeks, recorded it, and then in March it came out.
That's awesome.
That's literally like, they pushed me, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. Like, I'm just going to be fearless and just go out and make music. And I made a song that I've been like sitting on the back burner for 2 years.
No, yeah.
It was just sitting. It was just sitting like in a notepad.
I understand.
I wrote it originally for someone else though.
Okay.
My friend's a singer, and she wanted to like make music, and she was like, Lynda, you're such a great songwriter. Like, this is what she said to me. I'm not like claiming to be anything, but she was like, I really want you to make me a song. And I was like, okay, well, what you want it to be about? And she was like, I want it to be about love. And I was like, okay. So I started to write her, like, the second verse is more her. The first verse is more me, like telling my story. And I gave it to her, like maybe 6 months, 8 months went by, and nothing was done with it. And then that's when the push really started to happen with, you should put a song out. So I was like, I have one.
Right.
A really good one.
Yeah.
Let's put it out. So yeah, from there it's history.
That's cool that you just decided to do it, because it seems like you had a little reset in your life.
Yeah.
And then you traveled, which is always inspirational.
Always.
I always feel like when I'm traveling, I start thinking about what I'm going to make when I come back. And then after the trip, I hit the ground running. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bet you were probably singing, like, while you're in Ireland, like, just, like, practicing, like, this is how it's going to be when I come back and record.
Yes.
You know, it's better to, especially a place like Ireland that's so different from Philadelphia, obviously. You're like, completely changing your setting. So, like, you get out of that stagnation that artists and a lot of creatives get into when you're in the same environment the whole time and you lack inspiration because every single day is menial. You get into this like flow, but then when you break it up and you're on a plane and you're seeing people, like it's easier to get inspired, I feel.
For sure.
I like that stuff.
For sure.
Yeah, so that's really cool. The music video, you kind of had this idea of an open mic.
Yeah.
Why specifically? And I know there's an earlier scene.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to give any of this away, we can talk about something else.
No, that's cool.
I just want to know, first off, about the earlier scene with the literal honey, because the song's called Honey.
Yes.
And then the open mic. Like, what ties those two together, and why the open mic?
Okay, so the earlier scenes is like a more play on honey, like the actual physical like honey. So it's a lot of like, you know, there's tea. We're set up. We have like different like we're just trying to be really like, I don't know the word for it. Very like
Wes Anderson, like kind of just having like clean, I don't know, like an organized like layout and make everything look very together. Yeah. And minimalistic kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like it's very like, so it's the first scene's like a kitchen. It's like just, excuse me, I'm wearing like black and white.
Right.
The scene is like really open space, big open windows, a lot of light coming in. We're just we have like a honey dipper stick. We have honey. We have like tea. Like we're just playing with that idea. That's not originally how it was supposed to go. There was supposed to be a person like playing my partner in the role. That didn't end up working out. But I think the shot came out great anyway. I think that the point is like taken across. And then it was kind of like we wanted to show like a night and day situation. Or day and night, I should say. So the day is very bright, very open, very like honey neutrals. And then it's like we want to show the opposite, which is very like vibey, very dark, mysterious parts of it. So that's where like the open mic came in. Because I wanted to also open up the platform for other artists that I was meeting. Aside from just shooting a music video, I wanted a bunch of people just to come together and be able to express themselves.
Do stuff, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would have never met Joey DeVille.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was really cool.
Yeah, and his episode's obviously going to come out. It'll be out while you're watching this one. His will already be out. Yeah. And I was also given the opportunity to be in the music video. Thank you. Yes. It's really funny. You'll see me pretend playing the piano, and it's funny.
Killed it though. Killed it.
You just gotta. There's no. I think there's no good way to play a fake instrument if you don't know the song.
True.
You have to really know the song.
Oh yeah.
You know, like even with air guitar, like I think if you air guitar, it's pretty corny. But if you know the song well enough and maybe you play the guitar, you can do it convincingly enough. For me, I just thought it was hilarious. I just tried to get into the music, you know, but it was cool. I'm glad that you thought I was material worthy of being in the music video.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
it looks really cool. Even the drums, like my old manager from my old store was playing the drums.
Yeah.
Like I was looking over
sang.
some yeah.
At the end of the night, she was like, "Hold on," and she came through, and she just dropped the whole song.
Yes.
Yo, that's what it is. But like, I'm gonna come back to the music video because I still want to talk about that. But there's a certain magic about. I mean, that's like the whole thing behind karaoke, right?
Yeah.
People want to feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's really big in Japan. It's big in a lot of Asian cultures. I can't talk for some reason, but. I feel like the reason why it's so big is that everybody has that feeling in them, that like that stardom type feeling.
Yes.
That performance hunger, so to speak, where, I mean, because that's kind of where the love for performing must come from. I don't want to speak for you, but that reaction that you get out of people. You know, when someone's like, wow, and you get this really positive reaction, and you do something, and you're like, wow, what I'm doing just elicited a massive positive reaction from everybody who witnessed it. I like this feeling. I want to keep doing it. And a lot of people, like, say you're a janitor, or I don't know, say that you're a teacher, and you want to feel that. I think everybody needs to feel that, and that's where the karaoke comes in. That's where the open mic comes in. People like that. Like, it could only be like 4 or 5 people. It doesn't have to be a lot.
Right.
But to do it in front of somebody and to elicit that positive response and encourage others in turn to also be creative. There's something about it. Like,
There is.
That's what got me with your manager when everything was over and she was like, hold on, I got one more song. Like, she just wanted to put that out there for other people to see. That's all she wanted to do,
Right.
you know?
And she was talking in the beginning of the night. She was like, I really want to sing a song. I was like, Tashi, like, I'll sing a song with you.
Yeah.
Like, let's go. Let's just, like, the one girl, there was a little girl there, like, she might maybe been like 15 or something. And she was like scared, but she was like, I want to sing a song. And
Yeah, she was so cute. I remember
She
her.
was.
Yeah.
She didn't even finish, but like, I was like, you're brave enough to even get up there in front of these people to even sing. Like, that's what it's about.
Exactly.
Everyone needs to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a chance.
No, I totally agree. And that whole thing that you said, like, I'll go up with you. You see a lot of people do that in karaoke where it's just like, I don't want to sing the song. And then you go, oh, no. We'll go up there and sing together. And the thing is that you can be reserved and as introverted as you want, but when you get up and sing in front of a bunch of other people, you just broke the ice for the rest of the night. Like, you can't be shy after that.
Nope.
Like, everyone has seen you.
Yeah.
They've seen you.
Oh,
so
yeah.
now it's time, you know? I'm just a big fan of that. Like, I wish Sheldon was here, because Sheldon and I did probably the best karaoke of all time.
Oh, man.
No, I'm not kidding. Like, at whatever it's called, Croft and Barrel in Philadelphia. It's by Cuba Libre and Rotten Ralph's and all those places in downtown. We walked in and we decided to do Queen. We decided to do Bohemian Rhapsody. And it was just us going back and forth. Like, it was so silly. We didn't take it seriously at all. We were very, very animated with it. And of course, we looked around and we saw people like Snapchatting us and Instagramming us, because that's how I knew we were being crazy.
Yes.
Because like we were standing up and like going down, like we were like don't let me go.
Yeah.
Like, we were doing all this stuff, and it was just me and Sheldon. And I can't explain it, but that's the first time I did karaoke in a long time. And I was like, I like this. Like, I like this a lot, you know? There's something fun about it. And it's addictive. Like, when you get enough material, you're probably going to go and perform. I don't know if that's your plan. But, like, you're going to get that addiction again. But you had it in fine arts, too.
Yeah.
When you get up and perform something, and people say, like, oh, you wrote that whole song?
Oh.
Wait, that came out of your head?
Right.
You know, that's a big thing.
There's
So
that feeling like, like, I did do that. And like, I can do more, and you want to see that?
Right, exactly.
You want to
see this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I still, like, I'm so like old school with it. Like, I'll think of a song and I'll put it in like my voice memos, right? And I'll send it to like my friend Hannah. She's in Minnesota right now in school. I'll send it to her and be like, yo, what you think? Like, it's like the crappiest recording ever.
No.
And she'll be like, this is amazing. And I'm like, girl, it's not even mixed.
Right.
It can't be amazing.
No. I do the same thing. Not even because I don't really sing. I do the same thing for, like, I don't know, ideas for beats and stuff like that. But it's funny because before I record it, I preference it. I give it a premise.
Yeah.
So if anybody listens to it secondhand, they don't think I'm crazy. If the memo's just like, whoa, like, I go like, this is a song idea for blah blah blah, and then I get into it because I don't want people to find these like, yo, is something wrong with him?
Right.
But I get that. I feel the same way with drawing, the way that you feel with music. You make something, and in your mind, it was semi effortless. You know, it was just kind of more natural. In your case, it's an observation. Like, you're like, oh, here's an idea. Like, this is how it sounds. And somebody hears it and like, that's awesome. That's awesome. And even if it's just one person, it validates what you're doing a little bit, you know?
Yeah, it does.
And
it's like someone else is taking me seriously. And like, I feel like a lot of people don't take themselves seriously. So then when someone else is like, oh, you're an artist. And it's like, I'm an artist. Oh.
And you want to go.
And then you're like, no. Like, you're being
no.
super, like, it's very humbling. And you're like, no. But then it makes you think, like, well, they called me an artist.
Right.
So, like, maybe I can be one. Like, it almost, like, tells you can be because someone else is telling you that you are.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No. There's the whole term aspiring.
Yeah.
Right? I'm an aspiring artist, or I'm an aspiring, whatever, accountant. I'm an aspiring doctor. It's like, barring those last two professional ones, you are You know, like that's the difference. It's like you have to really claim it and be like, I am an artist. Like I'm not aspiring. I'm making art right now.
Right.
Like I don't have to be quote unquote good to be an
Yeah.
artist. Like I'm making something, so that makes me an artist.
Right.
You know.
And I don't have to be well known
Right.
to be an artist.
Right.
'Cause I do this like you have to. It's who are you doing it for?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you're doing it for others to please you, like then it's not. It's not going to fulfill you long term. If you're doing it for just pure joy and happiness for yourself, and someone just so happens like it along the way,
Right. That's a
that's
plus.
what it is.
Right.
Yes.
That's a plus.
That's
if someone
all it
happens
is.
to like it. It making stuff, and I know it's like a very broad term,
Mm-hmm.
making stuff is therapeutic. And if you are trying to make something so that it gets big, not saying that it doesn't happen, because it totally does. And ultimately, that's the huge gemstone of the creative process, is to have people see your hard work and appreciate it. But if you are doing that, especially in the internet age where like there's so much noise with everything, on all different arts, on all different mediums, like you have to temper yourself and be like, I'm making this because I like it. If you can listen to it, like when you listen to your song, you probably listen to it a billion times. Like, it's probably burned into your head.
Yeah.
Like Honey is probably so annoyingly burned into your head that you could probably even hum like the instrumental, the whole thing, like when the break is. If you could still listen to it and be like, I like this, that's the highest form of accomplishment, in my opinion.
Yes.
Like you're like, I'm not sick of this. I still think it's good, even though I've heard it a million times.
I think it's funny whenever I get like sick of it. I mean, it's been out since March, so how many months is that now?
A bunch.
A bunch.
Yeah. I'm not good at that.
I'm gonna say 9 months because I feel like there's 3 more months,
Okay.
so I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, I'm not good at time.
Whenever I get so like kind of sick of it, like sometimes I'll be like, why do people still like listen to this at this point, even though it's not a long length of time? Like it's like random, like I'll get a comment on like an old post or something that day,
Yeah.
or like sometime that week, and someone will be like, oh, this is so great, or they'll like say, I really like the way you did this, and I'll go back and listen, and I'll find like a new appreciation for it.
Yeah.
So I feel like, I don't know.
No, it's a detail that you forgot that you put in there,
Yeah.
and like somebody else finds that cool. I
Yeah.
think with raps, it's definitely more evident because you have all these lyrics, and it's just like you didn't even like remember like the bars that you wrote like that,
Yes.
and somebody hears them back like, yo, I really like that metaphor that you did.
Yeah.
You're like, that was like probably like 2/3 in. Like I don't even remember that. I just remember the beginning and the end. For me, it's tough. Last time I performed with Ant, it was probably late summertime. There's a buddy of ours, Manny, who did a comedy show, and as one of the openers, all the opens for his act were essentially rappers and comics.
Okay.
So we did like a 3-song thing for just to warm up the crowd. And I use the term crowd loosely. It was a bunch of people at a comedy show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my number one fear when I get up to rap is that I'm going to forget what I wrote. Like I'm going to forget the lyrics. You
That's
know what
real.
I'm saying? And so I very, very much practice like going over all my lyrics and performing the song in my room as I would in front of other people.
Yeah.
But with singing, what with you do, is it a little bit different? Because it's not as much the memorization that you have to get down, but literally making your voice do what it has to do to match that recording in a way,
Yeah.
right?
No, for real. Like, there's a lot of pressure for that. But I find that, I mean, because, like, I used to do, like, the worship team all the time back in church. Like, so I just don't think about it.
Right.
I just let stuff come out how it's supposed to. I don't think about, like, I need to stay exactly how the recording is.
Okay.
Or I need to hit this certain note. Because you know what? Maybe I'll hit something different. I mean, that might sound better, or I might like better.
Okay.
You know, I think that sometimes a song, that's why people make like acoustic versions of songs.
Right.
The same song, they make a different, like, you know, live sound for it. I don't even stress about it.
Okay. So you're just like presenting the concept of
Yeah.
what you made, essentially,
just
not
want-
trying to match what it is per se.
Because you know what? You might listen to a recording and really enjoy that. But then live, I want you to feel something.
Right.
I don't want you to lose the feeling because I'm trying to be perfect.
Okay. That's cool. So barring this, what are your plans as far as making more? Do you have any yet? Do you just want to see how Honey does before you make anything else? What's going on with that?
So with Honey, I always wanted to do a video because I was brave enough to put a single out. I was like, so I want to be brave enough to put a video out because that's
Right.
like two separate things. But but I kind of wanted to make more music. I literally have songs upon songs just like waiting to be recorded.
Really?
Yeah.
In one notebook or different places?
In different places.
Okay.
A lot of them are like on my phone. I have like a paper notebook. I have stuff that's like in my head that I still have to write down somewhere because it's just like.
It's impressive you can remember.
Floating. Yeah, it's like just little stuff. Just maybe like a hook for something or. But yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for like Honey to kind of close its chapter because I enjoyed it. It was like my first real step into the world of anything music aside from what I did like 4 or 5 years ago. So that's what I'm doing. Like once this video's out and 2019 happens, like I'm just moving forward. I'm doing collabs with people and I'm hoping to have an album out by the summertime, summertime.
That's awesome.
That's my goal. Like that's pretty much.
You're really big on having people join you.
Yeah.
Why is that?
So, and this has just been more recently. I met a lot of amazing people in the last month. I know you had Kid Travis on here. I haven't met him yet, but he's a homie.
Yeah.
Like I'm always supporting
his
stuff.
He's a great guy.
He's a great guy.
When he came on the show, at first he was really quiet, and I was like, "Why is he so quiet?" And then like he started to really warm up, and they just like started talking. But in the beginning, he was just like, "Yeah, no," like he was giving like one word answers, and I'm like, "Yo, what?" So like Ryan and Sheldon and I were all talking. No, he was a great guest, and I'm not talking bad about him at all. He's awesome. But in the beginning, I was like, how's someone that's so vocal so quiet right now, you know? But yeah, he's a great guy. Continue what you were saying. It's just a caveat.
The other day, like I was listening to one of his songs and I was like, yo, like I need to share this with people because this song is hot.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, thanks. Because I was like, you're such a dope artist. And he's like, no, you're so dope. And I'm like, someone like him is thinking I'm cool. Like I'm just starting. So I just think that's really cool. And then I met, there was this taco night open mic. There we go. Got it right.
In Philadelphia?
Yes.
Where?
So I think it's like a monthly thing. Okay. But there's a girl, Soraya Nicole. She was having an album release party.
Oh, nice.
I know her through the guy who did my music video, Acidelic Productions. Shameless plug.
Yeah, I might have them on here.
Yo, they're so amazing. Like they remind me of like a modern day Fuji. I kid you not. It's her, Eli Capella, and MC Knowledge. Them three, they're awesome. They reached
I was talking
out
about
to
your
me.
production team, but yeah, I'd love to hear from them.
Oh
too.
yeah,
I was talking about the people who shot the video.
Yo,
they're pretty cool.
Yeah, please have them on. Yeah.
But, continue though. So you met them at the taco night.
Yeah, so I met them like kind of through like Instagram. Like I've been seeing their stuff around and stuff like that. And I went to the open mic and it was her album release party. Yeah. And they just opened the floor for people to, you know, put their stuff out. Like just to perform, you know, they're like, oh, they're really big on like, hey, like give us your Instagram name so people can follow you. Like just, you know, networking. And I realized that us artists, like we all should network together. Like why are we trying to just uplift ourselves? And they really, they're people that like taught me that. So just seeing that, it kind of changed my perspective. So now it's like, I want to reach out to other artists and like collab, or like if I really like your music and it's been like on loop for 2 days, like why not share that just so people can listen, or just so people are aware of you. Right. Even if I don't have the biggest platform, because it just spirals from there. So I'm real big on that now.
No,
real big on it.
I think that it's natural for people to want to be competitive. And it's like in art, like when we're all trying to make it, no, like I think being competitive is great. Yes, you should compete against the majority, the macro, but never against someone else, and like be proud that you're doing better than someone else. Yeah. That's why I feel like the strongest people in this creative game, and I use that like on, again, a macro term, right? They're always shouting people out. They're always supporting people, you know, and Out the Box Productions, they were on here. They're videographers, and they plugged like probably 30 people in this episode. I mean, you did a fair bit of plugging yourself, but you can tell the mutual respect that is held for other creators. And I feel like a win for somebody who is doing their stuff independently is a win for all. Like when I see that, I get so inspired. And some people choose to be jealous of that. Some people choose to be haters, and it's like, that's a choice. You should really be inspired. When you see someone blow up, when you see somebody have a huge YouTube account or a huge Spotify account, like that should be motivation for you to be like, wow,
Yeah.
I can do something like that, you know?
Exactly.
And those people, they're easy to spot though. They're easy to spot, the haters, man. Like, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's just crazy. And
Oh,
you're
yeah.
probably going to get them too when you make a lot of stuff. You're going to get somebody. That's
Yeah.
just how it works. So,
It's how it is.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it should be inspiration. That should be inspiration as well. I find everything to be motivational, inspirational, but that should be inspiration as well. You see someone hating you, like, oh, I got my first hater. Like,
Yeah.
that's like that's par for the course in this game. You know, that's par for the course.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. You have a lot of stuff planned, and that's going to be all 2019. So do you have, I know you have a lot of songs, but do you have like, all right, this is going to be this album and this is going to be that album, or you're just like, you know what, new album spring, and then I'll make other stuff for other albums? But how concrete is the idea right now is what I'm saying.
Very concrete. So
Yeah.
like I just, because again, like I have a whole like lot of songs,
Mm-hmm.
and it just comes down to sitting down, recording it, mixing them, mastering them. They're out.
Who produces for you as far as instrumentals?
So instrumentals, literally YouTube.
Okay.
YouTube producers are so like underrated, I feel like.
No, that's what Now's Bronze did. Do you contact them? I mean, I don't want to
Oh,
get
yeah.
into sticky stuff. Like, how does
No,
that
yeah, I
work?
definitely contact them. Like, if I'm just using their beat and it's like a free beat and I'm just like, oh, I just want to post this on SoundCloud just so I have other music. That's one thing. And I usually say, hey, is it cool? Where like with Honey, like I bought a license, you know, made sure all my checks were cleared, you know, it was good for streaming, things like that of that nature.
Okay. So you got to tell me the story of that, because for a lot of people who are going to try and do something similar that you're doing,
Yeah.
how did you find this person? How did you contact them? What was their reaction after they heard the final song?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, did they approve of what you did with their music? Like, how did all that go?
So it's really simple. So YouTube, you find a beat you like.
Obviously,
and you're like,
yeah.
yo.
But are you searching free beat? Like, what are you searching to look for
I
this?
literally just like, so it's crazy. I found Honey like as a recommended type of thing.
Okay.
I think the guy's name's like Beat Joven or Beat Joven, because it's
All
like
right.
play on Beethoven.
Yeah.
He makes really cool beats, and I just so happened to come across him just listening, because I listen to beats just like for soothing, for whatever, just to listen.
I'm addicted.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. I need to have it on in the background.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I found that song and I was like, I really like this like a lot. And that was at the same time my friend was like, hey, write me a song. So I just like, it was like, dun, 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 just real like chill, laid back. And I was like, I was created for love. I'm not a product of, like, I just flew with it. Like I was trying to flow in like a rapper style. And then it was just like, I just went off from there. But yeah, so I liked the song. I made the whole song. He had actually like a website, a beat store or whatever, and you select whatever beat you're going for, and they have different licenses, and then you can go all the way to exclusive, or you can even just lease it, and it's an like exclusive lease or something like that. I think that's what I did. But it gives you like, it's a contract that pops right up, says everything in the fine print, this like X amount of streams, X amount of plays, if it can be monetized, if you can get paid for whatever, if you're allowed to have a music video, like stuff like that. So, I mean, it's pretty simple. You just play by the rules, you know?
Right. So
Some people, they skip that. They'll illegally download it from YouTube. And that's where the problem comes in. You start to take people's, you know, beats, and if they hear it and they're like, oh,
Yo.
you didn't get permission for that.
yeah.
Like, they can search for you and they can get you, you know?
Right.
And then it costs you money in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't make any sense for, you know, and that's someone, again, that's another artist that you're taking from to support your art.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people. This is a hip hop thing.
Yeah.
I can't make beats. I can't make beats.
I can't either. I tried.
I'm not good at it.
It's
I've
difficult.
never tried, but I just don't have an ear for it. One of my best friends of all time, who I rap with, very, very good. And I'm very fortunate that I have him in my life, because if I want something, I could say, yo, make this.
Yeah.
Sample this video game, sample this old Chinese movie,
Sample
make
this video game.
make
It's
this
lit.
make this beat. Exactly. On an MPD, MPC, whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of people think they can rap. A lot of people want to rap because it's always been very shiny. It's always been very attractive.
Mm-hmm.
So the amount of people that think they can make rap is like this, and the amount of people that think they can make beats or can make beats is like this.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have tons of people that come in and just like, yo,
Sure.
give me a beat, man, give me a beat. Now, see, what you did was different because you didn't exactly sell your soul away, but you just made a partnership pact with this other person.
Right, exactly.
Right? And if it does come to monetization, then you gotta give percentages that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you went to a respectful business partnership instead of taking a YouTube downloader and downloading the beat.
Right.
It's okay to make that if you get permission, but yeah, right. A lot of people are doing that, and it's just like it's crazy because not only is it there a bunch of oversaturation, but they do get in trouble. They do get found out.
Yeah.
If it gets to that level. Like usually it's just a blip on the radar, so it doesn't get to that level. But if it does get to that level where you're getting like 10,000 plays, and now that person comes back, like that's the worst look ever.
Right. Like,
you
what
know?
if Cardi B took Bodak Yellow beat,
Right.
from YouTube, and was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna play around and put this on my SoundCloud," and that thing gets like 2 million streams.
Yeah.
Like, she can make money off that.
Right.
So then we got some sticky issues.
So
you
you
know
got
what I'm
some
saying?
sticky situations.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a whole new thing because that's like the internet right now.
Yeah.
But again, it's just a lot of people think they can rap, and there's just not a lot of people that make beats. In my opinion, it's harder to make beats than it is to rap.
So much harder.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
hats off to producers, and this is to anybody listening, if you're trying to rap or make stuff, like, don't steal. It's just,
Please don't
that's my
steal.
message is just like, don't steal.
You know what? You gotta flip it because, like, as a rapper, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if you wrote this dope verse, right?
Right.
And then someone took that and put it on a song and
That'd be
didn't tell you, and you
yeah.
listened to it on the radio and you heard your own verse.
Do you think about that though? Because your stuff is out there for everybody to see. I'm not sure if what exactly you signed, if that prevents somebody from stealing it, if you
Yeah.
could take legal action. But like, do you worry about like hearing anybody's song that's getting more plays than you, and like you hear a verse in there that you wrote?
So that hasn't happened yet. So I mean, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
But I definitely will be trying to cover all my bases
Right.
2019 with the album because there's no way.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no way I will
Exactly.
throw hands.
Exactly. I feel the same exact way. Like, you know, I have my comic online, and sometimes I think about it's not even
Yeah.
the final draft of it. So if somebody steals something, like,
I think that might be even easier to steal because they can screenshot.
yeah, I mean, they could do some stuff to it, but it's like I don't have enough traction for anybody to steal it. But then again, that's what I think. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking about going LegalZoom and copywriting my stuff, and
Yeah.
it's just a matter of time, right? A lot of times copyrights aren't even that expensive, but you got to think about it because somebody would be able to play it off so smooth. Like
Yep.
if they was like did a whole "I was created for love" thing, and you hear it, and you're like, yo, like this song came out 2 years ago, and you just made something that had that verse from it, and they're just
Right.
like, I'm sorry, just like, you know, what they would do is they would point out other rap songs where you hear the same
Yes.
lines, and they would just be like, yeah, like, you know,
I'm
it just
inspired by all.
exactly, and you'd
Lies.
be like, oh my god,
You
lies.
stole from under
You
me.
stole. So yeah, I hate that stuff, but you know, you can't even think about it. You just got to make. So my other question was, after you recorded Honey, after you cut it, you recorded it final version,
Yeah.
and did you give it to the person that made you the beat? Did you say, hey, this is what I did with your track? Did you do that? Did they even like get back? Are they too busy?
Yeah, they thought it was cool.
They thought it was cool.
Yeah, I actually did like one of those weird shameless plugs you do on YouTube, like in the comment section.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm not about to email this person and not hear something back. So at least I put on YouTube, other people will see it,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll see it. So I was like, okay. So I was like, hey,
Yeah.
I made a song with this beat, and I, hope you like it. Check
Mm-hmm.
it out. I like posted a SoundCloud link. I was like, I'm not about to tag like Spotify, Apple Music. I was just like, here, look at it. Yeah, he enjoyed it.
That's cool.
Thought it was really cool. Cause you know what? Like, I'm not trying to be like cocky or like anything like that, but I was looking, and some other people made songs with the beat before like I even like leased it.
Really?
And yeah, because like the lease, it's just a matter of like being able to use it, where other people, they'll just make a song and keep the tags in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I listened to a few versions, and I was like, this just doesn't sound right. It doesn't flow, or like the person's like mic sounds staticky, something weird. And I was just grateful that like
That you're stuck
Mine-
out. Yeah.
yeah,
That anybody that
yeah.
would listen to all of them would be like, all right, Honey's the ultimate version
Yes.
of this beat.
this is the ultimate version of this
Yeah,
beat.
yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yeah. That's a great feeling. That's a great feeling.
Yes.
So that guy, obviously, what is his name, by the way?
The beat producer,
Yeah,
or the guy who
do you
mixed
remember?
the song?
Not to put you on the spot, the beat producer.
Beat Joven. Beat Joven.
Beat Joven. All right,
Yeah.
cool. That guy, you pretty much collabed with that person,
Pretty
and then
much.
the person who recorded your vocals.
Yeah, so I don't know if you remember Melvin. He went to-
Melvin.
Melvin. His artist name is MTA.
Okay,
But he's
cool.
a sound engineer as well. And I trusted him because like I knew him. So I was like, yo, Melvin, let's record a song. And we actually like recorded stuff before that point just to play around. And I was like, okay, I trust him. I feel comfortable working with him. So I was like, let's, make this song. I brought it to him. He hadn't heard anything yet.
Right.
And from the first verse, he was like, yo, this is going to be hot. Like, I already can tell. And I was like, okay. So we were recording it. We got that thing done like a half an hour.
Really?
Yeah. It's so crazy. And
2 years.
2 years only to have
Whittled
like
down
half an hour.
half an hour. How wild is
Because
that?
it was like I had the lyrics. I was ready to go. I just
Yeah.
wanted to get this done. And he added some crazy stuff that I didn't originally think to do. And that's why you always want to collab with people. Don't be so stubborn and like, this is how I want the song. This is the way it's going to go. Like, there's like certain ad libs in the background. At the very end, it's like a little like a remix kind of sound. And he added that. And I really, like, that's like some of my favorite parts of the song. And it's like, I didn't have that originally. So if he wouldn't have stepped in and really been creative with it, Honey would not be what it is today.
That's super cool.
Yeah. Even the beginning, like, it sounds like I'm on the phone.
Yeah.
He did that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was like, I love that so much.
Yeah, he put a filter on your vocals. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm an editor by trade. It's what I do.
Right.
And a lot of times producers are being very literal with how they want a TV show put together, but it's little details and creative liberties that you take, which come with experience.
For sure.
You've recorded so many people, you've edited so many shows, and that adds the flavor. So it's the stuff that you don't necessarily get permission for, but you're skilled enough to see that it fits in there. That's the stuff that kind of sticks and stays. And I think it's really cool that you made the type of song that you did, given the editing, given the type of beat, because I feel like the new genre of hip hop is that it's very
Yeah.
singy and rappy now.
Singy,
it's
rappy.
It's not just rappy.
Yeah.
As funny as that sounds, it's not just rappy.
No.
It's singy rappy now. That's what it is.
It's like the fine line between singing and rapping is like being merged together.
Right.
Because
Joji.
even this beat, when I found it, like most people were like writing raps to it. And I was like, I'm gonna sing to this. Like,
Right. Your style
you know
kind
what
of
I'm saying?
evolved because you were
Yeah.
kind of like rapping. You could still do that, obviously.
oh yeah.
I'm not trying to box
I
you.
still got raps, so I still got rhymes.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But now, the type of song that you made and
Yeah.
the type of direction that I think the album's going, unless the album's going to have just some straight raps on there.
No, the album, I think it's gonna have honestly, it's gonna have a mix of everything.
Okay,
A whole mix.
yeah.
But for sure, it's definitely gonna have that singing rappy style.
What do you think about that direction in hip-hop? Do you like it? Do you see it lasting long?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think it's kind of like, I think it's what defines this time.
You think Drake made it big? Who do you think like headlined that whole style?
I think he definitely like led the charge,
Mm-hmm.
but I think a lot of like the newer artists who are like enhancing it. Like either it's like a girl, her name's Summer Walker,
Yeah.
and she's a singer, but the way that she kind of like, I feel like singing over rap beats is just the thing.
Yeah.
That's just it. Like I think a lot of R&B singers, instead of like that classic R&B sound, it's like give me a trap beat that sounds like Lil Uzi's about to pop off, and I'm gonna sing on it.
Right.
And I think it's actually like better because now it's like rappers can have singers, but it'll get a better sound instead of the singer like not knowing what to do in that situation.
Yeah. There's someone I like a lot, Billie Eilish or Eilish. Am I saying her name
Yes.
right? I like her.
Yo, and she's 16 or 17.
It's weird, yeah.
That's so crazy.
When I see her, I'm like, wow, like this person looks so old. It's like the faces she
Yeah.
makes in her
Yeah,
pictures.
yeah,
She
yeah,
makes
yeah.
like these really
Yes.
disinterested like faces, and every time I listen to her music, I'm like, this person is 17 years old and just touching everybody. Like she was with
Yes.
Tekashi Palm in one of these
Yeah.
these pictures, who was like Kanye West, like art designer. He's like the
Yeah.
Japanese Warhol. She's like, well, all these people. And then I listen to her music though, and it's fresh. I like it a lot, you know?
Right.
So I do respect that style. And Joji, as I mentioned earlier, I like what he's doing. So I feel like
Yes.
that's like the new wave. Whereas before it was straight bars, and we still have artists that are kind of like straight bars that we like, but now I think the new wave as far as like what I hate to say what the kids are listening to, but like what this new generation of hip hop fans are listening to. It's more singy, rappy. It's more R&B and hip hop together.
Yeah.
But then you have songs that do really well. Like, doesn't Cardi B not sing? Isn't she kind of just like a rapper?
She's just a rapper.
Yeah.
I mean, she has like that one song where she kind of sings, but she's a rapper.
She doesn't have a singy voice.
No.
I can never see that happen.
I mean, personally, I don't think Nicki Minaj has a singing voice either.
She doesn't, yeah.
But she does it anyway, and we just kind of let her. But I'm not famous enough to make a comment, I guess.
No, me neither.
No,
but it's always fun to pontificate.
Yes.
I really respect Cardi B. I said this on the podcast before.
Yeah.
Because she was like hesitant about claiming to be a singer. Like her taking that role was very hesitant. You know, she was just like, I'm a stripper. Like, this is great. Like, if you guys want to listen to this, I'll make more of it. Yeah. And then now, you know, her songs are so big and so awesome. But yeah, she was really cool. And which brings me to my next question with you. Besides Lecrae, what are like your inspirations now? Like, what are people that you listen to and you're like, okay, this is the type of music I want to make, or this is the person that makes me do what I do? Like, who are those artists for you, or songs, or albums?
So crazy. That's such a loaded question.
Yeah, I mean, let's get into it.
Yeah. So I feel like I have a good amount of rap as well as like R&B, soul singers. So I'm into a lot of UK people too.
There's a big market for that.
So I don't know if you ever heard of Emily Sandé. She's an amazing vocalist. I love her music. Her music just transports me like to another galaxy. Her, Leanne LaHavis, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She's another UK person. Neo, if you ever heard of Neo. She's more like, it's interesting. She's like electric techno, but like R&B. It's so weird, but I love every second of it. She just came out with an album. And then some Philly people, Jasmine Sullivan, Jill Scott. I really like those people because I'm more of an alto kind of singer. I like my like lower notes, deeper notes. So and
that's
runs.
Also in style though right now.
Yeah,
I'd say.
Yeah, they're just so good. Like they just inspire me every time they put out music. Rappers though, definitely Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Definitely Travis Scott. It's so weird because at first I was kind of skeptical of Travis Scott because of the auto-tune, but I see him live able to like keep with it without it, and I'm just like, this is crazy. And I mean, he's very in with the time that it is now. Who else? J. Cole. I don't know. I take influences from all of it. I find that like I really like the laid back, chill, like smooth, soulful style.
Same.
But then at the same time, give me a trap beat and like it's like I'm trying to incorporate that soulful sound with that like heavy trap beat. You know what I'm saying?
No. I know what you're saying. It's a beat that you're bopping to.
Yeah.
But it has a smooth vocal over it.
Yes.
I like stuff like that.
I think that's my style.
So when you get writer's block or musician block, do you turn to these artists for inspiration?
Absolutely.
Okay. Or is there something else that
flow.
you do? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I usually, I know when it comes to rap, like whenever an artist has a new album come out, I'll always sit there with Genius open and just go track by track and just.
Really?
I'm like that fan that just goes in and I need to know the words you're saying.
Okay. See, I don't. Okay. I'm
Even with singers too.
I'm conflicted when the Rap Genius has songs for singers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Like Genius, like .com, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I thought I'm thinking about Rap Genius. Okay, I'm thinking about
the lyric website, right? Like
yeah, but
Genius.
the one that you can click the stanza and it'll tell you what they think it's about.
Oh yeah, that's Genius. Yeah.
I thought they only did that for hip hop.
No.
Oh,
they do it for singers too.
All right, cool. Because there's a lot of songs that I want to know what the heck they mean.
Like it's Billie Eilish, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I want to say something else, but it's Eilish. Yeah. She was on on YouTube, like the Genius YouTube channel. Yeah. And whenever they're on there, their song is on the website, and they like break down what they were saying about this song. Right. So like singers too, aside from just rappers. But I go in and I just want to know like what was inspiring them to write this song, or what's the point of this metaphor that they put. Yeah. And like even the sound, like sometimes I'll go on and I'll watch the like the producer, the guy who made the track. Like, okay, why did you think to put the drums like this? Or why did you think to, whatever. And it just inspires me, and it like redefines my sound. and then that's what I go looking for.
Okay.
Because I mean, if I could make my own beats, I know exactly what sound I'm going for. But since I can't, like, I look for those type of sounds. I really like in Honey, if you listen closely, there's like this deep undertone. It's like a double layered of my voice, but it's like deeper. And I was inspired by her music. Because she does that with her songs.
Talk about Billy.
No, her.
Oh,
like,
literally her.
Literally, she's called her. Yes. You were like, Billy?
Whoa, that's funny.
Yeah, if you ever listen, like, it's very, like, a good song to listen to is I Won't by her.
All right.
Just H.
That's a cool name for artists. Yeah, I never heard. See,
it means having everything revealed.
Well,
yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I need to commentate on Rap Genius. The first song that I really looked up on Rap Genius was Designer Timmy Turner. Because I was like, cuz what is this about? So like, it was a funny experience reading that because they were just like, Timmy Turner is a character from Nickelodeon that makes wishes, and they're just like, burner is a term for a gun. And then the phrase is like, he's like, fine B on BET, she wildin'. Like, he's like, he sees a fine girl on Black Entertainment Television and she's wildin' out. But like, that song didn't make sense to me still, even after I read Rap Genius. And this is why I don't go to Rap Genius. I want to hear your take on it. It's not from the artist. It's from people that are speculating on the song. Correct me if I'm wrong, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I can't read it, because I can speculate
sometimes.
On it. Okay.
It's only sometimes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So like, I know it's coming from the person if I watch their interview.
Oh, see, so you have to do more research.
Do you have Spotify or Apple Music?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have both. I don't have either. Oh. But to listen to your stuff, I listen to it like through other people, through friends. I gotta get it now.
It's on SoundCloud if you have SoundCloud.
I've also listened to it on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
I just Googled it and I clicked whatever came up, but I've also listened to it on Spotify just to get your plays in there.
get those streams up, yo.
Yeah, exactly.
Spotify, once in a while, when you're playing a song, it'll change to like the Genius whatever, and it'll show you, like, as the lyrics are going, just something about that or what the artist said about that song. So it's also on Spotify. Sometimes that'll come up.
Okay.
But yeah, certain songs, if you see them in a video on YouTube, they've on Genius, like, it's their actual words. But some songs, it's just someone else interpreted it. You can, like, someone like me could go in and be like, this is what they meant, and type it in.
That's why like I can't look at it that way, because I know it's other people's idea. Yeah. But like, I really want to know, like, with Designer, I wanted to know like what that song was about. So I guess from the artist's mouth is what I want to hear. But I think also just as a Western consumer audience, we always want to see art and have a definitive meaning to it. Like, we're like, what does this mean? What does this mean? And I feel like what a lot of artists are trying to say, and I want to hear your take on this, is, what does this mean to you? Yeah. Like, they're asking a question back. They're like, it could mean whatever.
Yes.
I didn't pick a specific meaning for it. I made it. What do you think it means? You know?
That is literally Honey. Because when the first thing that comes out of people's mouth is like, who is this song about?
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Who is this song about?
Of course. Well, even your friends, like, you know, they definitely want to know.
And for the longest time, I was just like, I'm going to let y'all figure out what honey means. Like, to you. Like, what does this mean to you? This is for, you know, people's ears. And my friend was telling me the one time, because, like, she knows about my life and, like, knows all, like, the last 2 years. And she was like, it's interesting because honey is more than just love. Honey is like a travel through time and also telling of the future. And I was like, explain yourself. So, like, because I was like, explain yourself. And in the beginning, I'm like talking about myself. Like, I was created for love. I'm not a product of love. I wanted more from it. I keep my head in the clouds. Like, just very like, I'm put on this earth and, like, you know, God created us for love. And, my household was not a product of that, and I was just kind of here in this earth, and, like, you know, like, don't have a dad. My mom, I love my mom, my grandparents. It's just like, and they've been the source, but it's just like I have a very small family, so it's not like, you know, super involved. So I was just telling the story there, and I mean, a little bit of is about love, but it's about the aspects of love. You know what I mean? It's not like about a specific person. But when I'm singing about and then I found you, I haven't found nobody. I'm telling of the future. I'm telling of the future because it's like, I've had experiences with love. Like, I have a concept of it, but it's like I haven't reached the finish line yet.
Of course not.
So I'm like singing almost to my future self, and like that I'll get there. And even the bridge is like, it's kind of like a travel through time. It's like, and then I found you and I'm so happy, but then at the end it's like, love me not, love me then you love me not. And that's like where I'm at now.
Yo,
I have people in my life and it's like, you love me and then you don't love me and then you love me. So it's just like I could travel through anything. That's my own interpretation, and it's always changing. There's
Right.
always additions to it.
even for you, even as
Yes.
the person who made it.
Yes, you can always
Who
learn from
created
your own art.
Yeah,
But people are all stuck on like, who is this written about?
of course. Yeah, of course.
Actually, you want to hear something funny?
What's up?
One time before Jeremy Joseph left for Texas,
Yeah.
we hung out for the first time ever. It was like downtown. It was like during winter, I think, because the skating rink was open. And Melvin FaceTimed us, and he was like, hey, what's up? Whatever. And he thought something was going on. So when I went to record Honey, he was like, is this about Jeremy Joseph? I said, no. No, it's not.
Jeremy Joseph loves to FaceTime too, so he's probably all over that. Like, he always tries to FaceTime us.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So like still to this day, like Melvin would be like, yo, so when are you going to admit that this was about, I said, stop it. It's not
Does he know
about
about
a
this?
person.
Does Jeremy Joseph know
No,
about
he doesn't.
this?
He's probably going to find out now.
I can't wait. I need to tell him
That's
to listen
so
to this.
funny.
That's awesome. No, yeah, everyone wants to do that. I mean, everyone
Yeah.
wants, because, you know, everyone wants to look at that person and be like, ooh, I didn't, oh,
Ooh.
juicy, you know?
Yeah.
But what you said was actually way more profound, and it was also applying to more than one circumstance in your life.
Yeah.
Which means that when you sat down to write it, you were taking everything that was in your head
Yeah.
and you were putting it out
Because
there.
my friend, like originally, like with my friend, because we were going to do it together. Like the first verse was going to be me, the second verse was going to be her. So she was like, write about love. So I'm like, all right, let's collect my thoughts about love, any past relationship for myself, what I see in the media today, like all this different stuff. And then that's how like the song was created.
Yeah.
And like even like the second verse is talking about like, you know, being a ride or die, like, you know, doing anything for this person that you love. And then it like, it's like contradicting itself, because at the very end it's like, love me not, like, so it's just it just travels. It's like the highs and lows of a relationship, of love. I also take it like loving yourself, because it's like you can't be in a successful relationship if you don't also love yourself, if you're not a whole person going into it.
Yeah.
So I think that's
you have
also a mix of emotions as well.
just on some deep type stuff, I don't think you can have a successful life unless you love yourself.
That's true.
Because you would just let anything happen to you.
That's true.
But I like how that song's about that. And hey, if you're searching for the meaning of honey, she just said it, pay attention.
go, yeah.
It's changing every day. Kind of like the Joker, like in
Yes.
Batman, where they're just like, is that really what happened? He's like, yo, if I have he actually said something that was pretty dope. He said, he goes, if I have to have a past, I would like it to be multiple choice.
Wow.
I'm like,
That's
dang,
crazy.
Joker with the bars.
Yes, the bars.
But no, I feel that when I make something, you know, I make it in a time in my life. And when you make things, you're very young, coming out of your teenage years.
Sure.
You make a lot of stuff in the teenage angst. Young people, I've said this before on the podcast, usually the crux of young people is that they're having a hard time expressing themselves.
Yeah.
So they either turn to some kind of foolishness, hopefully not, or they turn to art and they try to express themselves through art. And as somebody who's been creating my whole life, I look at stuff that I made when I was a teenager, and when I look back at it now in a nuanced perspective, I'm like, yep, that's the little bit of the anger in there, or that's
Yeah.
like a little bit of the like, when's this gonna happen in there?
For
you know,
sure.
you could see it in retrospect when you look back. You have
Yes.
a clear picture. When you're in it, it's like you can't even see everything. That's why I try and keep all my stuff.
Yes. It's
So
important.
I can compare it and see like how much I've grown, because that's another big thing too. Like this right here, your first Spotify song, that's a benchmark not only for you personally, but for your trajectory in music. Like you're gonna
sure.
look back on this as like, this is where I started, and it's a great start, by the way.
Oh, thank
you. It really is good. It's a complete package, and I think when the music video drops in 5 days, it's really gonna be like just driving the whole feel and vibe home. I get really curious because I like the way you're teasing it too, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Where you're just
I
showing
straight
like
up was just
tiny,
like, yo, Ace, send me all the snapshots from this video so
Yeah.
I can post it I'm doing it every other day.
Okay.
Just so that, you know, so it has enough momentum going. But
Yeah.
I have some pictures lined up just to kind of like, and I'm just putting numbers. Like people can be like, what's 7 mean? what's 5? Wait, it's at 1. What does this mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
There's no context. Just picture, number, go for it.
That's a good way to market it. Ambiguity, I think, sells.
Yes.
People go out of their way to try and find it.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're a little straightforward, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's what you're revealing. Like, you know, so.
Especially because it's like people I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they'll be like looking at it and they'll be like, I wonder what that means. And they'll keep their eye on me
Yeah.
until the time, not in a stalker way, but you know, they'll
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like
yeah. They'll be
watching
like, all
for,
right.
what does this mean? Oh, okay, she's changing it up.
Mm.
What's the, yeah. I just want people to keep guessing.
That's smart. That's smart.
When I put the like video teaser, one of my friends commented and was like, stop teasing us. And I was just like, that's the point.
That's the point.
That's the point.
Yeah, I got to tantalize your interest first
Yes.
before I drop anything. And I think that's important nowadays. Again, as I said, with all the noise, you have a lot of stuff competing for people's attention.
Yes.
So a smart way to do it is ambiguity and not to bash people over the head with it. Give it to them in very small doses and get them interested.
For sure.
I can't wait till it drops. Are you going to do, is it going to be on Vimeo and YouTube, or how are you going to?
Yeah, I was going to put it on YouTube, Vimeo. I don't even know if there's other.
And then you have a
platforms.
Facebook page for your artist persona too.
So that's crazy. I didn't know I had one on Facebook. But I guess when you pair up with your Instagram, it automatically makes a Facebook page for you when you create a business or you create a musician band page.
Okay.
That's what happens apparently. Because like once you create a page, like a artist page or whatever, you can't be like on private. You have to be a public page. So it made a Facebook page because they're like linked. And I have 4 likes and I haven't put any content out, no nothing. And I'm just like, how y'all find me on here? And I didn't even know I had one. So I'm definitely that's going to be the first thing. Like the video is going to be the first thing on that page.
Right. And then you can just dial it up and make it look good from there and
I was going to do like some overnight under construction type thing. And then when it drops, it's like, here's a page that you didn't know existed.
It's crazy how much all this promotion stuff takes. Like you got to be on 6 platforms, you know? It's almost like you need to hire an intern to like make all these pages. Like you make a page for everything, you know?
Everything.
You make one for Twitter. You make one
Yep.
for Spotify. It's just like, and you're putting in the same information, like
Yeah.
your little bio, everything. And it's just like, geez, man, like how do I keep, did anyone even make a reliable app yet where you can just check all this at once? There's
I
got to be
wish.
one. There's got to be one.
You know what? You have to give mad props to independent artists because they're literally doing it themselves.
Well, that's you. You're an
yeah.
independent. You're an
Well, I'm
independent
saying like
artist.
these record labels, like they're doing it all for these people, and they have more experience.
Yeah.
And they have the money for the branding. We're out here just killing it, trying to do ourselves. Like we're in our 11 o'clock. We're like typing in our own bio for our website that we're creating, and
Yeah.
trying to make a domain for. It's real.
No, totally, and I think that's the way to go, especially when you perform. Like you want all of the money from performances going to you, and then when you decide to, once your album comes out, I guess you're going to decide to merchandise. Maybe I'm not sure if you have ideas for that.
I don't know.
That's always like the next big step.
Yeah.
But
I'm just thinking big. Like I don't have anyone except for Ace, who does my music video, and then Melvin, who produced my track, or mixed it, I should say. But I was talking to a friend of mine who manages other artists, and I was like, yo, we're meeting next week. We're talking about 2019. Like as an artist, I need to know where to go from here. And I've done everything with Honey. Took care of that. But like to move forward, I need someone who's more seasoned.
right.
So
Right.
she was like, of course, let's plan something. And I'm just going forward with it. Nothing's holding me back. Not even my own fear of anything. Even if I make something and people say, oh, it's crap. It's like, okay, well, I didn't make it for you.
Yeah, right.
So-
Exactly. That's cool that you just have like this kind of uncouth motivation to go. Are you a New Year's resolution type person? Like, are you like, yo, as soon as the new year rolls around, like this is everything I want to accomplish in this year? Like, how are you as far as goal orientation? Or with this music thing, are you more just like, I'll play it by ear. I'll do it when I feel comfortable doing it. Like, what is your approach on making all of this?
So I think last year, like that was like, I'm going to have a song out.
That's it. Yeah, that was the goal.
That was the goal.
Song out.
Bang.
Bang.
And video wasn't even like a thought
Thing.
because I was like, if I even get a song, like that's beyond what I thought.
Perfect.
So song out, video out, and I'm like, okay. Now it's like I want more than that. I want to do more. Like I have a whole list of things that I really want to do that I think are really cool, and maybe I might not accomplish them this year, but they're like lifetime goals. But it's like you have to start somewhere. So I'm like, okay, it's December. I need somebody to help me book shows. I need somebody to help me record these tracks and get them out. I need somebody to help me make maybe my next video. You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm just gathering my team.
Right. That's really cool and exciting too.
I spent the last I think like New Year's resolutions is like you should be planning for when that new year hits and then move forward.
Right.
Because like for the last 3 months I've been writing songs. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, it's December, I'm collecting my team.
Yeah.
January, we're hitting the floor running.
Yeah.
And even speaking about it now and putting out in the air, it's like now I got to own my words. I can't just go back now. So that also helps me move forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does. I'm always careful what I do with that too. I hate to overpromise. That's like my number one thing is I hate to overpromise.
For sure.
And so you got to keep yourself accountable. Yeah, go ahead, dig in. Well, for real, like when when you have the momentum though. See, when I first started this podcast, like it was just me. It got to a point where I did an episode of just me. Like I was just talking. And
really?
Yeah, it was weird. And I was just talking about just all sorts of stuff that I don't even remember now. But what really helped the momentum of this podcast was when, I got Sheldon on and when I got Ryan on, there was a team of people that are also checking in on you with the idea. That's what they say. Like if you're really trying to get jacked, if you're trying to get ripped at the gym, if you're trying to go hard, you need a workout buddy. It's the same thing with creative process.
Oh,
you need,
100%.
Yeah, you need somebody that like is in the journey with you that's going to keep you accountable. Mm-hmm. The same thing. I don't really sing. I'm trying to write a rap thing, and I've been doing it for a while. This project called Swords, and
I've been waiting.
Nah.
I've been waiting.
It honestly like. It's a very acquired taste thing. Like it's very a boom bap kind of project that I've been wanting to do for a while. And if it wasn't for one of my best friends ever, I don't think I'd be working on it today. Yeah. I think I would have just shifted my focus to something else.
Right.
So it's cool because I'm excited for you now that you're gonna have your team. It's gonna give you even more get up and go than you already have because you sound pretty motivated. But you've always struck me as that type of character. Like you seem like somebody who you want to go and take what you want and get what you want. Were you always like that?
I was not. It wasn't until like maybe I was like a teenager, like 13, like that I really put myself out there. The first, like I used to be so shy, like hide under a desk, like shy. Yeah. And Taylor McCain, she got me out of my shyness.
Okay.
Just being friends with her. Yeah. And then over time, it's like, being a rapper, like that took me way out of my comfort zone. Yeah. And it was like, I was two different people because it was like, I was shy Lynda, but then it was like, I'm rapper Lynda, I'm on the stage and I just spit bars and then people are like walking out like a girl just did that.
Yeah, a girl just did that. Yeah.
I remember like I was on a worship team, right? And a Christian band. And the Christian band, we did the song Wake. You ever heard of that song before? Wake by Hillsong, Young and Free or something
I guarantee if I heard it, I'd know it, but I just don't know it by title.
Yeah. Originally, there was a bridge of that song. Mm-hmm. And none of us could hit the notes they were hitting. It was just crazy. And I was like, yo, let's scrap that. I'm rapping in this.
Rapping over it.
And I created a whole original rap.
Yeah.
And we brought it down. And these guys, just their mouths were just open. They were like, that did not just happen.
Right.
Because it set us apart.
Yeah.
And it was like, I just turned into this different person, this different world. And I just always liked that person. Yeah. Because it's like, I feel like it's an extension of my truer self.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't even know where I was going with that.
No. Extension of your truer self. A version of yourself where you're not really worried about anyone judging you, where you're just kind of free to be you. And I think a lot of people make the mistake of not attributing female energy to hip hop because essentially people find that to be a more aggressive form of poetry. Yeah. But there's different types of hip hop. And there's very aggressive female rappers too. So it's just like, it's awesome to see that, But as soon as you have that moment where you come onto your own, and I think everybody kind of starts as a shy kid. I think if you're smart, your instinct tells you to obviously listen more than you speak. So everyone starts off as a quote unquote shy kid. You always know those people in your peer group in like your early education that are like, why are you so quiet? Oh, she's so quiet. He's so quiet all the time. And it's like, bro, this is a new environment to me. Like, of course I'm going to be quiet now. But it takes a little bit to come into your own. So that's cool that you kind of had that breakout to be motivated and be on top of where you are. Because there's a lot of people. There's a famous quote that I've probably said 1,000 times, which is most men live lives of quiet desperation. There's a lot of people that want to do what you do, coming full circle to the whole karaoke thing. But they would never have the inclination to do so because they're afraid of people being like, well, who are you to sing?
Right.
Or who are you to make music? You know,
Yeah.
that's not what you do. You're a bean counter. And it's just what you said, what did you call it? Your extension of your true self?
Extension of your true self. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
just like that.
That's what people need to do. Like, think about how many people work a job that they hate. And it's okay to do that for a period in your life. You know,
Right.
you should be working towards doing something that you want to do. But how many people do a job that they hate and all they want to do is sing, or all they want to do is paint, or all they want to do is something silly? Maybe it's like make a book about shells, like just all the different shells you
Yeah.
could collect. And
They're passionate about it.
Yeah, and they're super passionate about it.
Yeah.
And they think about it all the time, but they're afraid to do it. Like, what you just said was beautiful, because you're like, if people hate the song, whatever, I didn't make it for you. You're not afraid of failure, which to me is a benchmark for success.
Yeah.
It's just not being afraid
And
to.
I so used to be.
Yeah.
To be. Because like back when, like my rapping days, it got to a point where I stopped rapping.
Why? Yeah, why?
Because I was put on this like pedestal of like, this is our prized possession.
Yeah.
Like, this is our female rapper. You know, no, I'm not even
Lynda,
kidding you.
were like freak showed like
Yes.
everyone.
Yes. It was like,
I hate that.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
It's like,
when you tell people you're rapping, they're like, rap for us,
Rap
go.
for me.
Like, do it. Like
It's like-
it's a trick or something.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what do
it's
you
like
want
when
me to
speak
rap
another
about?
language. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
speak Spanish. Like, say something in
Yeah,
Spanish.
yeah.
Like,
I hate that. It's so annoying. Like, okay, yeah, Lynda can do it. Lynda, rap for us. It's like, what do you want me to rap about?
yes. Or they'll just hand you a mic, and it got so exhausting, and I was like, you know what? I don't do that no more.
Yeah.
And I took a big like backspace from that.
That's a shame, yeah.
I stopped like singing. I stopped writing. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I stopped everything. I like took a whole big L like to music in general.
It's not an L. You just didn't want that type of attention.
Yeah.
That wasn't the attention I don't think that's the attention anyone's looking for.
And you know what? There have been so many times that I went to record. Like, I think I sat down in a booth like 3 other times, right?
Mm-hmm.
And none of that got finished.
Yeah.
These people were like, yeah, I want to work with you. Yeah, I want to work with you. And I had like rhymes like for days. I had like 15 songs, right? I'm like 13. I had 15 songs ready to go.
Right.
And we recorded like half of them. A lot of like time went into it, and it never got finished.
Mm.
So that really was just like, you know what? By the third person, you're like, should I even continue this?
Yeah.
Why should I continue on with this?
Mm.
So then I just took a big like pause, step back, and it wasn't until this year, like truly, that I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. And I have my close knit friends now that support me. All the other people that were there aren't there anymore.
Right.
So if they have anything to say, it doesn't matter.
Right. It takes breaking out of that circle for that to
Yes.
happen sometimes, because you've been treated that way. Like,
Right.
you know, and you're just like, now I have nothing to lose. I don't have those people around like
Exactly.
trying to pressure me into being this type of rapper or this type of
Yes.
person.
Or
so I
fit
can
in
just
this
do my
square or this box, or
Yeah.
like, because I've heard even like in this last year, what kind of genre of music do you make? I said, I don't know.
thing. Yeah, I don't know.
I just make songs. Like, one song might sound real slow and
Mm-hmm.
drawn out. The next one might be like I'm spitting like bars for days.
Yeah.
Like, you never know what you're gonna get, but that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, and then you don't want somebody being like, I didn't know you sang. I thought you just rapped. I thought you were just a
Yes.
rapper. And it's just like, what does it matter to you anyway? What do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I work at the dollar store.
Right, that's the
and-
number one thing I hate too, when like people are criticizing you and it's like, bro, you've never done anything creative in your life.
Yes.
Like, no offense, like I'm not trying to throw shade, but don't tell me that I thought you just did this, bro. What do you do? Like,
Yeah. Like, I feel like so many people are given so many talents.
Yeah.
And sometimes people think they have to choose one. No.
no,
Like, they can all work together.
yeah.
They can all work together sometimes, or be separate, but you can do them.
You
can do them all.
gotta try it all, honestly, because you don't ever want to be haunted like, yo, I wish I would have did that. I wish I would have did this. I mean,
Right.
that's the number one thing. So it's cool that you broke out of your shell and then you just got a serious passion for music. And what's sick is like, you're pretty young, you know? You have a lot of time to make
So
stuff
much time.
before any serious responsibility hits.
So much time. Endless
it's good.
amounts of
It's good. Wait, are you in school right now or?
So I was in school.
Okay.
It's totally opposite from music. So like,
Yeah.
I love videography and photography. And I went to school, like, I wanted to be a filmmaker originally.
Yeah.
And so I finished the semester. I went to GCU, Grand Canyon University.
Okay.
Online. So I was like working full time. I was just doing school full time.
Dang.
And
Okay. Yeah.
It was a
online
lot.
programs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was actually around the time that like Honey was being created as well. So like there was a lot going on all at one time. And at the semester finished, and I took a pause in the summertime, like because it was just like summer break. And during that time, I like interned with one of the people I do video with at church, and I loved it. I was doing everything I wanted to do, and I was like, wait a minute, if I'm doing everything I want to do right now, and I don't need this degree because it's not what I originally, it was something I was going for, but not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, let me just like get out of that.
Okay.
So I did. And I wasn't in like any kind of debt. And I was like, okay, that's good. No debt. Got to experience a little bit of school. And now I know what I want to do. I wanted to be a freelance, photographer. And I still do that now. Like I have photo shoots planned, spoken word, videos coming up.
That's it.
Yeah. So I do that. I do that a lot. I'm developing that 2019 too. Like, so I have those two passions, but like, I'm not giving up one for the other. It's like, I'm doing both. And yeah, that's more work, but I'm willing to do that.
I was listening to a podcast with Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, and he was talking about, excuse me, I know it's gross, super congested. I should have took my my Japanese congestion medicine before this, but you just heard the whole process, the whole thing. He said that when you're in your 20s, you should try and stretch yourself as much as you can.
Yes.
To see what sort of pace you can maintain. Like, can you do both?
Yeah.
And get it to a point where it's manageable, Yeah. So now's the time to do it. Now, I had somebody, I took media studies and production in college, and we had a class that you would love, which was called music marketing. And it was a guy who taught that class that was the guy who would come up with the playlist for, wow, that's what I call music.
Really?
Yeah, he was one of the people that did that. Like,
Are you serious?
He would listen to all the songs and be like, okay. And
wow, that's what I call music.
Yeah, they would sit down and contact all the all the artists. They'd be like, yo, can we use your song? And be like, yeah. They would provide like the versions, the clean versions for them, and they'd put that CD together and they push it out. And by the way, they still do that. I think there's like a wow, that's what I call music, like 2018.
Oh my God.
But he was telling us, he was like, I remember he said on the last day of class, he goes, the one thing I want you to take away from this class, he goes, if you're trying to do something out of the box, if you're trying to be a music artist, if you're trying to start your own business, if you're trying to do whatever, he goes, do it now. Yeah. He's like, when you're married and you have a kid, he's really, really tough. Like I think he did music. He ended up becoming like a record label exec, but there was like something, I'm not going to say his name in case I have any of this wrong, and I probably do. It was like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago I took this class. He was just like, yeah, man, because when you get that kind of responsibility, it's tough. He's like, do it now while you're young. You can make quote unquote mistakes now. And I think that's the whole Gary Vee generation. Every time I bring someone on this podcast to talk about Gary Vee, where he's just like, oh, bro, you're so young, like you could fail forward. And I think that's the attitude that a lot of people have to have. Yeah. And I think it's something that you're doing. You're like, yo, 2019, I'm going to have a creative music team and I'm going to get the freelance thing started full force.
I started a page for that. Like,
yeah. It's crazy. With the internet, though, you could do it. Like, it's not, anything. But you're trying to explain it to your parents, and they're just like, "What? We're doing what on the computer? Like what? Like, it's tough to explain it to the other generation."
Funny. My grandmom, right?
Yeah.
I love her. I'm just in case she watches this.
Of course,
or sees this. She was telling me, and she was like, Lynn, you gotta make sure you have business cards. And I was like, Grandma, you don't understand. Instagram is my business card.
It's just like,
I was like, I might get to eventually, but I'm worried about having an Instagram, a Facebook page, and a website.
Yeah.
Those business cards, they'll come, but everybody has some sort of social media, so I'm just gonna be like, here, this is my Instagram, or here, this is my page.
All the business card does is point to your social media.
Right.
That's all it does. It just points to your...
But I'm saying I'm not gonna carry around a bunch of cards. I carry my phone everywhere.
Especially the industry that you're in. I mean, I guess for photography you would do that. I know Joseph Media House, Jeremy does that a lot.
Killing it.
He's amazing.
Like the fact that in these 2 years he just went from like just playing around with it being a hobby, and then like now
he's another person. Yeah, he told his story on the podcast.
Crazy.
I mean, like
I watched his.
Yeah,
for sure.
he was like, this is what I want to do.
He said you were one of his inspiration.
I think he's being nice when he says that.
He's definitely not.
Everything that he says, I of course appreciate, and I take it for what it
Yeah.
is. I'm not trying to put it into another meaning, but I think he's being nice. We're like brothers. We're very, very close friends.
Yeah.
So I appreciate him saying that.
Oh, that for sure.
But yeah, he decided. I mean, he just decided and that this is what he wants to do, and he started doing it. And then he became a business, and he still has frustrations. Like he talks to me about it, especially Instagram. There's a lot of crazy stuff in the algorithm, and the Instagram game is a tough game to be a hold of. The biggest Instagram person I brought on here, besides Rob is pretty big, but we had Graham Lichtner on here, and he had 15,000 followers. And I was like, bro, like, how'd you get all these followers? That's what everyone wants to know. And he goes, you want to know how I got them? I was like, how? He goes, I started an Instagram when it first came out. He's like, that's it. He's like, bro, I don't know what to tell you. Like the way the algorithm is now, it's really hard to get that kind of number. He's like, but man, I made my Instagram when it first came out. He's like, when all that, like my brother has like 8,000 followers. This dude did the same thing. He started Instagram like the day it came out. Exactly.
Yo.
Like back in high school is when Instagram came out for me. I know you're younger than me, but I didn't have one in high school. And it's just like, it went out of control. That's a hard game to play.
It is.
But
especially because people like, I know for myself, I made an Instagram forever ago. And then that was my first one. And then I made a new one because I was like, that's so outdated. I should have just built from that. But you know what? We're not thinking about it as a business.
no.
I had
Not
way
yet.
more followers like
Yeah.
back then. Like it's so weird, but I had no content, but I had more followers.
Of course, yeah.
And like if I only knew, like, because Instagram was never a business up until like maybe like 2015, 2014.
2015, that's when it was like,
Yeah.
everyone was like, what?
2013, I was still taking selfies with my cat or something. And,
Well, bro,
and, like that was cute. I got 11
Right.
likes. I was happy because it changed to like a 2-digit number.
This is the thing that gets me, and I talk about all the time. Think about that neck guy. The dude, the dude with the wide
Can
neck.
we not talk about that?
Yo, he's in every video now.
Yes.
And it's just like, this guy was a criminal. He got famous because of the mugshot. Now, easy street. He just
Easy.
shows up in a video with what's his face, the little neck dude, the
Yes.
long neck guy.
Like, yeah.
And it's just like,
all necks mad.
right. And
All necks mad.
that stuff was terrible, man. Like when you watch that, you're like, when I watch Supreme Patty, a little piece of me dies inside. But it's like that person is killing it. You know what I'm saying? Because of Instagram. And that was the whole
Yes.
2015 thing. We were like, what? Like this person making videos is huh?
Yeah.
You know?
Same with like a lot of Vine stars.
yeah.
That's how they get their like YouTube start too, and they're
Yeah.
like famous because of Vine.
The Gabby show. That's like the
Yes.
biggest one in my opinion. I still watch her.
Isn't that crazy though?
It's wild.
like
yeah.
they
were
just
making,
decided I'm gonna make 6-second videos,
right.
and then it's gonna turn into this big thing, and now they're on YouTube Red and
YouTube.
originals and Netflix shows and regular TV, and I'm like,
It's that face that you just made. I'm like that too. Like who was that? I think it was King Bach. They were interviewing him.
yes,
And he said, they were like, what do you do? And he goes, I make funny videos on social media for money. And he goes, I get paid millions of dollars. And the guy looked at him. He's like, you're mad now, aren't you? He's like, that made you angry, didn't it?
yes,
It's true,
makes
though.
me mad.
It's true.
It's like they should not make that much for entertainment, but it's like I'm still the one sitting here
trying
watching
to-
it.
Right. But you're trying to do the same thing with what your thing is. Obviously, it's not the same as
Yeah.
them. But what it is, what the model is you look at that and you say, like, your life could be changed overnight. Like, and that's the gamble. You know, it's kind of I might be saying something really dumb. It might be an amalgamation or more of a metaphor, kind of like how America is. With people in the eyes of a lot of people that come to America, they're like, yo, if I come to America, I can change my life. I'll have like a new opportunity. Like my no, I talked to him and I asked him, he's from Rome. I was like, why did you come here to America?
Right.
And he goes, the mayor of this town, he used to be the guy who swept the floor at Nino's, which is a little Italian market. He used to
Really?
be the guy that swept the floor. He goes, and now, like 40 years later, he's
Yeah.
the mayor. And
That's
he was,
crazy.
and he was like, that can only happen in this country. He's like, he told me, he's like, that's why I'm here.
Wow.
Because of that.
Wow.
And I was just like, dang. And I feel like that the internet is kind of like that for people now. They're like, you want to know why I'm on Instagram? I'm going to be a rapper. And then every time you look at a World Star hip hop comment section, they're like, hey, this probably won't get any attention, but like I make beats. And it's just like,
Yes.
goodness gracious, how many of these accounts exist?
Yes.
It's wild nowadays. It's
crazy.
like the wild, wild west. But there's gems in those rocks. There's
You know
gems
what?
in the rough.
But I find that you just have to be authentic.
That's what I'm saying. If you're good, people are gonna know.
Yeah.
It's that, what's his face? Quentin Tarantino said that. They're just like, yo, how do I become a film director? He was like, bro, make good stuff. He's like, if you make good stuff, people are gonna know about it.
Yeah.
He's like, just focus on making it good.
Yeah.
That's deep. One more thing about the music video, because we're gonna have to wrap pretty soon.
Yeah.
Did you watch the whole thing? Have you seen it all yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've seen snippets. I'm supposed to get it tonight and or tomorrow. I mean, the full thing will
You're
be
supposed
like
to get it tonight?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Are you gonna have time to like
Crazy.
send
I mean,
it? Well, you will. I see. This changes everything. You're counting down now, and you haven't seen it yet, so you're just confident that you're gonna like this edit.
Oh, I'm straight up confident because
right.
we had an editing session, so I pretty much saw the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just like we were fine tuning, like how do I want the intro to look like. That I did post on my Instagram, and I was like, okay, the green light on that, and then just looking through the different clips and like what kind of edit we're gonna go for.
Yeah.
Like, cause and that's also why I love like the guy who's editing my video, because he's just very attention to detail, wants your feedback. He's not going to just make something and give it to you. He's like, no, what is your ideas, and let's make it happen, you know? And so I already have a general idea, but to see the whole thing put together, that's tonight. So yeah.
Yo, that's awesome.
But pressure's on him because I gave him a deadline on Friday and I already put it out. But he's promoting it too, so he knows he's going to have it.
Right. Okay.
He's always good with deadlines, always good. So
That's good.
yeah.
All right, I'm very excited. As we've almost been talking for 2 hours now, so
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's
so,
crazy. That time goes like that.
Everyone says that when they come on
It
the show.
does.
We've done a 4-hour podcast before. It was it was wild. But I just want you to real quick just look into the camera and plug everything. I mean everything, so people can find you. Anybody that watches this can do.
Like all my social media, you mean?
Yeah, all your social media and all in your song and where to find the video, where it's gonna be, all that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm Lynda. Lynda with a Y, Lynda, and you can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, SoundCloud, all streaming platforms. The song is Honey by Lynda. And my social media, my Instagram, it's LyndaOfficial_. On my, I think that's the only thing. In Twitter, it's LyndaOfficial as well _.
There you go.
Video will be on YouTube. Same thing, Lynda Official, and Vimeo.
Go to Lynda Official. Watch. First off, listen to the song on Spotify first.
Yeah, get those streams up.
Listen to it to get the streams up. Show support. Show love.
Yeah.
And then watch the video because it's great. Also because I'm in it.
It's dropping Friday, 5 p.m.
Friday, 5 p.m. Be there or be square. Lynda, thank you so much for coming on.
Than's for having me.
I appreciate it. Yeah, you're going to come on again.
Yo.
Of course, after in the spring when the
Yo,
other
when
album
that
comes
album
out.
drops.
Yeah, so to promote it. And then we're going to look back on this. It'll be cool.
Yes.
This has been episode 50. Thank you for tuning in
50.
and for listening for so long. We appreciate it. See you next time.
See ya.
I was created for love. I'm not a product of love. I wanted more from it. I keep my head in the clouds. Sunlight is keeping me down, down, down. Foolishness, that's what they say. Love an impossible trade. I see the brighter days full on ahead of me, babe. Please lead the way for me, babe.